Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. Today guys, we're going to be diving down into the charts to take a look at what has been going on most recently with 𝗲𝗲𝗧. As we get into this video, if you find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then do go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so you are going to be kept up to date with absolutely all the videos that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Right, with all of that said, done, and out of the way, let's jump on down into the desktop and take a look at what is going on here with 𝗲𝗲𝗧. Okay guys, so we're going to start things off with our hourly chart, just so we can kind of get an idea as to what is going on right now, what is likely to happen in my opinion over the next few hours and a couple of days or so. So obviously, as you can see here, I had my B wave low. This was actually 29 cent to 29.5. This is something that I communicated out in our Discord server with our Patreon members, and if you're interested in that, knowing a little bit earlier, a little bit ahead of the time, then why not check out the description down below for those two links. One to Discord, which is completely free to go up, sign up, log in, and basically, you know, you'll find a fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. But if you're after a little bit more in terms of buy zones and various different more in-depth technical analysis on what is going on, then why not check out the Patreon services that we offer as well, where we do a little bit more in terms of technical analysis, but also do AMAs twice weekly with those members, and we really go into a few trading things in a little bit more detail. So as you can see, you know, we were expecting this area here between 29 and 29.5. Now we actually came down a little bit lower, right? And we can see that here, we actually came down to a low point. I think it was like 28 cent. So a little bit of over an extension. So, you know, we bought in a little bit earlier, but we are back up here. Now, I am still expecting a little bit of downside. And this downside, I don't think is, or this volatility is probably the better way of phrasing it, I don't think is over just yet with 𝗲𝗲𝗧. And why am I saying that? Well, this is a really important thing to understand, because we are still tracking massively to the upside. There's some huge potential with 𝗲𝗲𝗧 to go ahead and actually push up into the higher areas. And we've got a couple of things as we go into this video that we'll talk about later on our daily chart and our weekly chart. They're actually indicating, you know, all-time highs, right? But right now, with that stochastic RSI being where it is, and the fact that we only are just above this area of 29.5, the expectation here should be a little bit of a pullback, okay? So although we've had a pump in the market since we were down here, you know, Bitcoin kind of giving everyone a bit of a nudge to the upside, it is important to understand that we are overbought on our hourly and we need some form of corrective action. What it doesn't necessarily mean is that we're going to go down massively, though. This stochastic RSI is incredibly sensitive to price, which means it doesn't actually have to have a huge price pullback in order for the stochastic to get wiped down. What you need is sentiment change. Ultimately, we need very few sellers to occur as the price is pulling back, and therefore basically a hodling mentality actually sees that stochastic RSI get wiped out incredibly quickly. So what we're looking for is a sharp corrective action on our hourly stochastic RSI without doing too much damage to the price. Now, on terms of price action, I can see a couple of things occurring here. We have actually completed an ABC move to the upside just inside here. We can see that right there. And what we want to do is actually just analyze that for a second. Has that gone impulsive to the upside? And is that impulsive move to the upside a good indication of where we might actually find good support? So for that, we're going to take the Fib area, Fibonacci retracement tool. And what we're going to do is we're going to take it from this high point of our A wave, okay? And then we're going to throw this on top of that low point of a B wave. And here you can see that we have wicked past the 1.382 and just south of the 1.618. Therefore, this is potentially an impulsive move. Okay, so it's quite small on our hourly charts. Let me actually make this a little bit bigger so you can kind of see this. But effectively, this gives us an idea, right? If this is impulsive and we're actually looking for a couple of waves, we do not want to cross 29.2. Okay, so although we are looking for corrective action, we want to wipe that stochastic RSI out. This basically means that this is an area that we're looking to turn to support. We don't want to lose that area. Now, as of course we grab hold of this and we run this across here, this area is also an area that has been acting as support as well in the past, okay, but we cannot have it cross. So what we're going to do is we're going to mark this up briefly as an impulsive move, and if it gets invalidated later, it gets invalidated later. We're looking for a fourth wave to pull back no lower than this area of 29.2, and then we'll look to actually ride that higher. Now, if we do go for that full extension here on this fourth wave, then we should be looking for a 1.618 move here with wave 5, which will basically look to go to about 30.5 on this micro scale. So right now, this is going to give us a bit of an idea as to what might happen next. Okay, I'm going to just quickly remove that and then zoom out a little bit. So we can see that there's a bit of an impulsive move here that might actually take us a little bit higher. But first of all, we need to see some form of corrective action right back into this buy zone area that I had scoped out, and then we should look for that move to the upside. Okay, but again, this is all micro movements on really small time frames. It's really insignificant when we actually take a look at the bigger picture, which is actually looking very, very good, right? So although this is overbought, we are looking for that corrective action. If of course this pulls back much further, then actually what we're really looking at is A, B, and C, even though it did actually go up higher past the 1.382, and then this will basically indicate a ABC down. Okay, so if we do lose that area of 29.2, then do expect further downside, right? And on that note, I want to kind of show you what I would expect to be one of the areas of concern, or an area, not a concern, I guess an area that I would be focusing in on, and that is this bigger move here, which actually had our B wave. Okay, so I had the B wave just put up here on top of the 618, but it's very possible that this B wave actually goes down to the 786. This actually would be right the way down in this lower area, just here, and again, this would put us approximately, if I just get that right for you guys, 27.5. Okay, so again, that would then look at the nice B wave here, a low point, correct that stochastic RSI, and then allow us to continue to the upside. So although we are looking for corrective action, this is actually opportunity if you choose to see it this way. This looks like an opportunity to maybe get back into Harmony 1 and actually then continue that growth to the next level. And on that note, let's actually jump on up into our daily view, right? Because this is where we actually start to see, let me just remove some of this this chit chat that I've got going on here. Let me remove some of that. Right, there we go. And zoom on in here. So as we kind of take a look at this, we can see that there's a big A wave up, a B wave coming down. That's what we're currently just talking about in terms of that corrective action. If we can hold nicely, then we've actually seen the bottom on the 618. If, however, we actually, don't have that impulsive move and it gets invalidated with the fourth wave going lower than the first wave, then we should be looking for an ABC, potentially down to the 786 area of 27.5 cent. Okay, and if that's the case, then actually that B wave's in a pretty good position, waiting for that next move to the upside. Now, what we're going to do here is actually now take a fib, and we'll run that as a slightly different scenario. Okay, so we're going to take our A wave high, we grab hold of that, and then our start of our A wave, and then we're going to put this on top of that low point, right? So slightly lower. That actually show us, and I'll mark this up as well, just here, 41 cent. Okay, so we'll basically be looking at a 41 cent kind of area. So if we do actually see invalidation on that impulsive move, then the C wave actually gets reduced down a little bit. Okay, that reduction actually puts us, from the C wave high of 42 cent down to a C wave high of about 41 cents. So again, new all-time highs do look like they're apparent here. And all we're doing right now is actually getting this in a nice corrected state, ready for that move. And here you can see that daily stochastic RSI is already in the oversold area, waiting for that boost to the upside again. So right now you're almost right at that bottom of our B wave, that correction that was kind of due. And now we are looking at potentially setting another new all-time highs for Harmony 1. So again, as we jump up into our weekly view, this is where you actually start to see that same narrative also get set. This time we have an ABC move on a much larger time frame, right? And again, we are still tracking up to that new C wave high. Obviously, we are yet to actually go up past the previous all-time high. Okay, that's the top of the A wave, and we've had the B wave down. Effectively, this was when we were at 13 cent. And now we are looking at basically going up into that range of about 47 cent. Okay, so a little bit higher than our C wave on our daily at about 41 cent. And what that could actually indicate is that the daily could potentially go impulsive and we continue that motion to the upside. It's also very possible that this weekly chart also goes impulsive, but it's too soon to say for sure. But what is looking pretty good right now is a good move and a good push to the upside for Harmony 1. We've seen good corrections come down with this B wave, and now we are looking at progressing nicely to the upside overall on our weekly chart, on our daily chart. The only thing that we need to kind of be watching out for right now is that oversold or overbought position, I should say, on our hourly chart, right? This hourly chart is showing the volatility, and what we're doing here is just making sure that we don't go too low, and if we do go actually, down into that 27.5 cent zone, then actually that just reduces that top C wave a little bit later, but it is still a new all-time high, at least as being indicated to us within these areas. So overall, Harmony One is actually performing incredibly well. It's holding up incredibly well. It gave us some fantastic opportunities to accumulate in this particular run, as indicated to our Patreon members in Discord as well. We're tracking this move up here. This is a fantastic exit position, waiting for this move in this correction to the downside, and now looking to acquire Harmony One again, an accumulation ahead of that move up towards this zone, anywhere between 41 and 47 cent. I am going to lower this down a little bit. It definitely seems to be the area that we're going to be really focusing in on as we go ahead and set new all-time highs. So hopefully, guys, you have found this video useful and informative. I will leave it there. If you have, then hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you are going to be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. If you haven't done so yet, check out Discord, check out Patreon. You won't be disappointed by what you find. With all that said, done, and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.